Boyfriend, 29M, won't care for his dog and leaves chores to me. 23F, it's ruining our relationship. Let me start this by saying that I, 23F, really do love him. 29M. In a lot of ways I feel that we really are ideal matches for each other. However, his actions, or lack thereof, are slowly frustrating me to the brink of exhaustion. We've been living together for almost 2 years. In this 2 years, I've been established as the head of household productivity. I do the vast majority of the house chores, all of the dishes and laundry, most of the cooking, most of the scheduling/bills, and most of the deeper cleaning, floors, bathrooms. At first, I didn't mind, because I struggle to relax until what needs to be done is done and I'd rather be able to relax. However, it's starting to feel like he's just taking advantage. When I ask him to do things to help, he'll usually agree to do them and apologize for slacking off, but then continue to put it off until I get frustrated and just do it myself. His favorite pastimes are drinking beer, watching TV, and playing video games, and it's starting to drive me insane watching him relax with a drink while I'm cleaning the house. Still, I'm able to get over this issue with house chores because I feel that all of them should be at least partially my responsibility since I use what I'm cleaning and eat what I cook. What's really getting to me the most is his lack of responsibility over his dog. He has a higher energy breed but cannot get the motivation to properly care for it. For this dog to be well exercised, it really requires at least a 30-minute walk every day. He walks the dog 1 to 2 times a month. Most days, if he exercises the dog at all, he'll toss a tennis ball in our apartment for 10 to 15 minutes, which isn't enough for her. The dog is terribly behaved, barks, growls, nips, paces when it is not exercised, and I do feel bad for it even though I'm really not a dog person. So, I walk it when I can. Still, that's not enough for her as I have a busy schedule and don't feel that I should be the primary caretaker of my boyfriend's dog. Besides, I have other hobbies and other forms of daily exercise. My boyfriend does not exercise and has more time. If I start to complain about the dog misbehaving, he will try to guilt me into walking the dog, as he's sitting on the couch. I don't know what to do anymore or how to ask my partner to try harder. His lack of responsibility, inability to grow up is starting to destroy our relationship. Too long didn't read, my boyfriend won't partake in chores and will not walk his dog. The dog's misbehavior is starting to upset me, and when I bring it up he tries to guilt me into caring for the dog. I feel that this shouldn't be my responsibility. In a lot of ways I feel that we really are ideal matches for each other. However, his actions, or lack thereof, are slowly frustrating me to the brink of exhaustion. The reality of dating is that we reject people with who we get along with well in some ways, and really don't in other ways. Divorce yourself from the notion that we only break up with people we 100% don't like. I still love and miss my ex who also abused me. I mean, I liked the guy, but his inability to be able to handle conflict and regulate his emotions was a breaking point. This guy is presenting himself as a person who would live in squalor and neglect his dog if left to his own devices. That's profoundly unattractive to me. Divorce yourself from the notion that we only break up with people we 100% don't like. This is a huge lesson in life, and I learned it late. You can leave a relationship even if you like the person. You can leave for any reason you want. In this case it's laziness. In this 2 years, I've been established as the head of household productivity. This is the most creative way I've ever seen to say he's a lazy, selfish asshole. I seriously can't get over this. Is this a phrase you actually use in your head to convince yourself that this situation is fine? Stop lying to yourself. Stop convincing yourself that it's somehow justifiable that he does zero work instead of 50% of the work. You're his fucking maid and he thinks that's exactly how it should be. So let me guess, you're living up to the standard of a traditional wife/woman, handling and managing all domestic chores including cooking and cleaning, handling bills and managing the house, acting as primary caretaker, while also living up to the standard of the modern wife/woman, having a job/career, paying half the bills, being responsible for your own car and cell phone plan/device. Beloved, how do you not see how much more this relationship benefits him more than it does you? Like, honestly, what does this man bring you outside of the occasional crumb of deck? You're 23 and not cutting someone off that very obviously sucks, which is showing me that you're probably obsessed or enamored with the idea of being married or being in a long-term relationship. So, I'm going to paint a pretty picture for you. Dog. The dog is just the beginning. If you guys have kids, I want you to take the current house cleaning you have to do and multiply that by 50. The dishes by 30. The bills, multiply that too. I want you to imagine a life where you have a screaming, shitting baby that you need to care for 24/7 while still being expected to manage and handle absolutely everything in your house. That is what your future looks like, guaranteed. If he's not lifting a finger now that shit is easy, he's not going to do it when things are hard. Make the right decision for yourself before you find this to be your new reality. No, nope, nope. No, you don't have a partner, you have a child in an adult's body. He doesn't respect you as a person, he takes no responsibility for your shared living space or arrangements. He obviously mistreats his dog as he's actively not taking it out, which falls under neglect. Why are you with this two-legged garbage fire? This all boils down to respect. He doesn't respect you and doesn't consider you his equal, so he expects you to serve him. It's an awful way to treat you. How long have you been dating? The VP, 45F, of the company I, 23M, work at mistreated an employee, 23F, I was talking to until she quit and is now trying to set me up with her daughter, 21F. I should run for the hills, right? Sorry if this is the wrong sub. This is so fucking ridiculous. I'm going to try to outline it with approximate dates and stuff. I'm so sorry for how confusing this is. August 2019, I start working at the company. Sept 2019, an employee, Shauna, that was making friends with the VP casually tells me that the VP's daughter, Tara, thinks you're funny. Sept 2019, Shauna, who is now very close to the VP, once again talks to me about Tara to gauge my interest. I dodge the questions. October 2019, the girl, Kenzie, who I would later become close to is hired. We share a desk space. He is in a relationship. January 2020, Kenzie and her boyfriend break up. February 2020, Kenzie has a borderline mental breakdown while we're at lunch. Money problems, boy problems, family problems. She doesn't want to go home but she doesn't want to be at work. I give her the keys to my condo and say she can chill there. March 2020, Kenzie and I are very close. She often stays at my place. Just friends though. I'm not her type, she's not mine, and neither of us is looking for a relationship. March 2020, people at work find out that Kenzie and I spend a lot of time together. Everyone asks if we're dating. We explicitly say no. Kenzie gets moved to a different department. Her new desk is on a different floor. April 2020, the VP and office administrator become extremely hostile towards Kenzie, to the point where she's stressed coming to work and cries most days. May 2020, Kenzie's dad has worked at the company for 2 decades. He's fired out of nowhere, supposedly to save money because COVID is hurting the company badly. Bullshit, I know their financials. June 2020, the abuse towards Kenzie continues. Shauna quits. July 2020, Kenzie quits. Sept 2020, Kenzie gets engaged. I'm very excited for her. With her permission, I tell her work friends. Word spreads. The VP comes and asks me if it's true, and I say yes. October 2020, Tara starts coming to the office regularly and stopping by my desk. The fucking president of the company asks me how I'd feel about dating her, and how I'd feel about the VP being my mother-in-law. I'm shocked. He insists he was just joking. The VP asks me if I'll go to her daughter's apartments that weekend to help her with a school project. Tara texts and snaps me every fucking day. This is the craziest part. Just today, Kenzie and I grabbed drinks with Shauna. She tells us that the VP and office administrator would call her into their office and ask her about us all the time, have her show them our Snapchat stories, and just generally have her spy on us and report on us. She became uncomfortable with it and the VP and office administrator started having a different employee do the same thing. When I found that out, it all clicked. The VP and office administrator fucking tortured Kenzie to get rid of her and open the door for Tara. Now I don't know what to do. I've dodged hanging out with Tara, who has been incessantly asking me for 5 straight days now. I'm going to run out of excuses though. I don't feel comfortably outright rejecting her because I think it'll get me fired, and I'm making a lot of money and rather not go anywhere. Should I go to HR about this? What if they go to the VP and warn her? I know, wouldn't shock me. Should I confront the VP directly? Does anyone have a fucking clue how I can escape this fucking McCarthy communist paranoia mind game? Elementary school drama and gossip club? Too long didn't read. The VP of the company I work for abused an employee I was close to until she left so that the VP's daughter wouldn't have to compete with her for me, even though that wasn't the case to begin with. She accomplished this through a whole lot of manipulation and control. It's fucking weird. I agree with the poster who said to proceed cautiously, and I would do so while documenting as much as possible. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen, and poor Shauna and Kenzie seem like they have enough reason to sue. I'm not an HR person or someone who specializes in employment law, but Tara and her mom, the VP, could be sexually harassing you. The president of the company asking how you felt about this woman being your mother-in-law was definitely inappropriate. How creepy. I definitely proceed cautiously and start looking for a new job ASAP. But I also hope someone sues the crap out of these people. Considering what they put Kenzie and her dad and her family through, both financially and emotionally, it would be karmic justice if they sued the fuck out of the org. I've been documenting stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of this has occurred in person or on Snapchat. Regardless, I am keeping track of as much as possible. Thanks. Sorry, this is a terrible time in world history to advise this, but you definitely should look for a new job. This is by definition a terrible, toxic workplace. Lamau, I know. On the plus side for me, my experience in this first year has been great and I'm quite desirable on the job market. I've been floating my resume around because I leverage those offers when I go for a raise, each quarter. I'm confident I could find something else. Actually, I have a couple options right now. It's a shame though, because aside from the absolutely batshit crazy owners and upper management, I love the people here. Tell them that you're gay. I'm partially joking, but also, seems like not a bad way to let Tara down without making it about her and also keeping your job. You should definitely get a new job though. Figure out what Tara's deal breakers are, and be one of those things. She wants kids. You're child-free/sterile. She wants to have a nice house in the suburbs. You want to go live in a developing country and dig wells. She's a committed Christian. You're an atheist. She wants to jump your bones. Incredibly bad at sex. What's a clitoris? Be incredibly bad at sex. Start casually quoting DJ Khaled's opinions about oral sex. I hate to say it, but you're in a situation where you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Either way, at some point you will be the bastard that broke the VP's precious daughter's heart. At that point you can expect all kinds of hell to rain down upon you. The only question is when. To be honest, I'd start looking for a new job. Just be aware that with the level of vindictiveness shown, if you outright reject the daughter, you probably can't count on a positive response if the job you're applying for asks for a reference. I'd be concerned about having my reputation smeared, period. This makes things delicate. Look for a new job. Be positive, friendly and nice to the boss's daughter. Don't outright reject her, but don't act too interested, either. If quizzed by the VP, say this is new territory for you and you want to proceed carefully. Slow it all down while you work on getting out of there. Once you have new employment, let her down gently and slowly. This should give you the chance to prove yourself to your new employer. There is no guarantee this will work, but the most immediate consequences should be reduced. This is an incredibly toxic situation. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I'm getting tired of my friends, all they want to do is get drunk and smoke weed. 19F. Lately, I have been going to a rough time because my sister is really sick. She could die. I can't go out because if my sister gets COVID, she couldn't deal with it or fight it. So I'm trying to take care of myself, to take care of her, and all my friends want to do is drink or smoke weed. I do not need for them to be constantly checking in with me. I'm okay about my situation, but I'm honestly tired that they don't care about anything. I honestly like being alone and don't really need them. I just think we are in different paths right now and they are not adding to my life anymore. They get mad because I don't want to hang out with them, but they don't understand that I really can't. They are my only friends and I really love them, but I'm just done. I don't know what to do. Am I going to regret leaving them? Also, I am dating someone right now, 22M, which is nothing like them. I actually think I fit more with him. We have similar goals and the same way of thinking. What if I leave my friends and then he leaves me, and I'm all alone? Just tired, honestly. We have been friends for 5 years now, since high school. Too long, didn't read. I'm tired of my friends and want to leave them because they do not care about anything.